Yours. How is your Saturday going? Or how did it go? If you are still awake, then how is it going? If you have slept, how did it go when you are watching this? All right, so yeah, I need to appreciate you guys. I mean, for you guys to be on and on for this life challenge for the several days that it's been online is absolutely, really mind blowing, and I really appreciate it. You guys are just wonderful. Yemi, you're welcome. Yemi, you are the winner of this week's Suya money. So please DM and send your account number, and then let us send you yours. I mean, you've won it tonight. Okay, so tag all our regulars. Tag all our regulars so that we can see. Please tag all our regulars. Okay, so I wanted to say thank you to everybody who have been, live with me on this challenge since we started on July 1st. And then by August 18, we will be done. And then today is August 7. Yes, I just wanted to confirm. August 7. And, it's been, wow. That means we've done 38 days. Today is the 30th day. I mean, kudos to us. Kudos to us. Kudos to us. Kudos to us. Okay? Kudos to us. All right. So, yeah, yesterday I talked about the art of joy. And I explained to you some of the coded messages that have been sending you when they see on the street. No mind them, they don't get joy. I say, don't be a killjoy. And I would say, I explained to you what joy means. And I also gave you the necessary task for it. And I explained to you that the joy is your jump starter, is your kick starter. Jump is how you get up every time you have a challenge, because naturally challenges will come. If anybody tells you you're not going to face challenge, that's a lie. I don't think anybody lie that kind of lie anymore. The truth of the matter is that you're going to have challenges. Okay, so you can be knocked down. Look, you can be knocked down. Okay, all right. And the joy is how you get back up so that you're not knocked out. And I explained to you how to build it, how to check if you have, and how to build it. And it's something that you could cultivate. I explained that to you yesterday. So today, I want to talk about money, the game of experience. And I want to use a particular angle. And then I need you to pay attention. I remember that there was the time I explained the doings of the money maker. Okay, that's the game of doing. The game of doing, okay, which is like also the game of execution. And I explained to you that what a person who wants to build generational wealth has to do is to build things. And then the first set of things to build are the intangible things, the things that people can see with eyes. Okay, and I explained to you that the things that people can see with eyes, they are the most important of everything. Okay, and I explained that. So tonight I want to take another approach to it. So I'm calling this experience. And what it means is I'm going to just use two examples. This live is going to be brief. And I trust God. I know that you get the point. You get the message clearly. Peter, bless you. Welcome. I know that you get it. Okay. I know that you get it. So, first thing first. Understand. Understand what experience means. Okay. So people say that it's better for you to learn with other people's experience. I agree. That it's better for you to learn with other people's experience, but there is just so much that you can learn with other people's experience. For example, don't go and jump off a cliff because you want to experience it by yourself. Okay, learn from the person who fell and died. So don't jump. Okay, but you can also learn how to jump and skydive too from somebody who is also skydiving. So when they say learn by other people's experience, it's a bit tricky, and people can reduce the essence of learning from other people, while some people will exaggerate the essence of learning from other people. So you have to be careful. You have to be very, very careful. Okay. Now this is my angle tonight. My angle tonight is very, very easy and very, very simple. Like I was saying, there are things that nobody can learn for you. There are things that you can't use other people's experience for. No matter how much they tell you about it, no matter how much they give you lessons, there are just things that you can't use other people's experience for. And you see those things, the best that people can do for you concerning those things is to tell you what to expect. To tell you what to expect, but they may never be able to tell you how to do those things. Because when they tell you, when you get doing that thing, it does not look like what they have told you. I'm going to give you 2 examples, and I believe that once I give you those 2 examples, you will have gotten this message very, very clearly. All right? I told you that you have to pay attention. I have told you that you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention. It's very, very important. Remember when I was teaching you about growth? Do you remember when I was teaching about growth? When I was teaching about growth, I explained several things about growth. One of the things I explained about growth is that there are 2 types of growth in life, okay? That there is the growth where you get bigger, something gets bigger. There is a growth where something divides into 2, and those 2 also divide into another 2, the binary fission. I explained it at length to you, okay? Now, growth is not growth if the cells that are dividing lose essence. For example, imagine that when one cell wanted to divide, it now did not divide properly. One side now had nucleus, and then the other side did not have nucleus. Of course, any cell that does not have nucleus is not a cell. Naturally, no matter how much you want to put it, skills crib, you're welcome. Nice to have you. I was trying to see that I pronounce that thing very well. I don't want to miss the pronunciation. Okay, so growth is a function of the retaining or retention of essence. So there's no growth if the essence is not retained. I'm going somewhere with this. So you are a kid. Yim Digital, you're welcome. You are a kid, and there are certain things that you learned, that you knew by instinct because your life depended on it, or your very existence depended on it. But as you begin to grow up, the things that happen to most people is that they lose some of those skills, they lose some of those essence, they lose some of the knowledge that they knew. And I don't understand how that happens to people, but you must make sure that you unlearn that terrible habit and learn the new one. I'm going to explain it to you. I know that it sounds like I'm explaining parables, so just pay attention, okay? Now, there is something called walking. W-A-L-K-I-N-G, walking. That thing that you do when you get on your foot, and then you lift one leg and put it forward, and then when it touches the floor, you take the one on the back and put it forward. Now, that thing that you called walking, that thing that we all now know as walking, now there is nobody that feels that thing is difficult. Walking is very, very natural to everybody. Everybody walks now. Everybody walks now, and then there's no big deal. There's absolutely no big deal about walking, okay? But I want to show you something. When you are 8 months old, or 9 months old, or 10 months old, depending on, your own, how you are, But the idea is that when you are like less than a year, close to being 1 year, something begins to happen in your brain that makes you feel as if you are supposed to get up and walk. And the way you tell me, Angela, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're really welcome. Tell me you're welcome. And then there's what happens. What happens is that something tells you, which is instinct, that you're supposed to be walking. And as a child, you start trying to walk. You start trying by trying to stand up. That's how you start to try to walk. You start by trying to stand up, and after a while, you start by trying to, hold something and stand up. And after a while, you start to lift your leg and walk around with the support of things. And after a while, something tells you, nobody tells you, something tells you that you should leave those things and try to walk on your legs by yourself. What usually happens is that you take one step, sometimes you fall, and then you cry a bit, and then you are disappointed, and then the instinct takes over again, and then you get up again, and then you lift 2 legs, and then you fall down, and then you get up, and then you fall down, and then you get up, and then you fall down, and then you get up. And after a while, Yes, I still have the clothes on TV. Yeah. You know, after a while, you notice that you started to walk. And the first time that you take 5 steps and then that you didn't fall down, you were so excited. Howdy. How do you do?
Are you not alive?
Yes, I'm alive.
They are making noise.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they are making.
All right. So sorry about that. That was some of that. Okay. Okay. Some of you know him as my friend. Some of you don't know. So I'm just assuming that I'm talking to people that know. All right. So now, the first time you took multiple steps, you were so excited. You were so excited. Guess what? You are like 1 year old. How can you have such wisdom as a 1 year old and then you lose that wisdom as a 22-year-old? What is the wisdom? The wisdom is that the way to learn how to do anything is to do that thing. So the way to do something is to get experience for that thing. The way to walk is to walk. There is no way. If anybody can write, imagine that I write about how to walk for you. Imagine that I write about how to walk and you are a kid or a baby, you are less than 1 year old and you could read and you could comprehend, and then your parents gave you the book on how to walk. Now, if you read the book from back to back and you read it 100 times, does that mean that when you get up you will not fall down? No way. No way. Guess what? The babies learn how to walk without reading a book. They believe the instinct that they feel and they stay with the instinct. They believe the instinct that they feel and they stay with the instinct. When a lion cub that was born in bondage, in captivity, when he grows, as he's growing, he's also put in a cage. This is a lion that has never been in the wild. The lion has never seen anybody hunt anything. But people don't just have them roam about now. Why? Because you know that the lion has an instinct to predate. You know that the lion has the instinct to be predatory. So it means that it is possible that there is lack of experience. Miracle Affiliate, you're welcome. It means that it is possible that there is lack of experience or lack of mentorship or lack of something, you know, that people say. But what is most important is the instinct, the will, the deep knowing that you can do something. That is priceless. It is worth more than 1 million experience altogether, because the best kind of experience is in doing. That's my point. That is my point. The best kind of doing, learning, or experience is doing. There is no other way to it. So people learn walking by walking. That's how you learn walking. People learn how to ride a bicycle by riding a bicycle. Have you ever seen somebody who rode a bicycle by reading it? No way. There is no way. People learn how to swim by swimming. People learn how to swim by swimming. You can read 1,000 books about swimming. The day you get inside the water, that's the day you are going to learn, because it's not just about what you read, about what has been described to you. It's about your body understanding what it means and doing it. That is how you learn. That is why you learn by doing. That is why you do. That's why you do. That is the game of experience. No matter what it is, the way you excel at it is that you do it. That's the way you're going to excel at it. There is no other way. There's no other way. Don't let anybody tell you there's another way. You want to learn public speaking, you publicly speak. You can read about it and read about it, but you have to speak. In fact, they will tell you that you will be nervous, but nobody actually is able to explain to you what nervous means until you feel nervous. That's when you know, when your hands are shaking and you forgot all the script that you crammed. Or somebody looked at, they won't tell you that somebody can look at you in the audience like you don't know what you're saying. They can look. Nobody tells you that somebody can look at it. Somebody can look at it from the audience as if you don't know what you are saying, and that can possibly destabilize you. Nobody says that. Nobody tells you that people getting up and walking up and down can distract you. They may have told you, but they don't tell you how you will feel. Do. You just go do. You just go do. The things that you are good at are the things that you are doing. So the point is, what is growth if essence is lost? How do you grow when you knew something as a 1-year-old and then you suddenly don't know it anymore when you are 23 years old? How do you explain that? How do you explain that? How do you explain that? How do you explain such stupidity? That you knew that as a 1-year-old child, but you don't know it anymore. Because what? Because some people have told you that there are quick fixes. You know, people want to be wonderful investors, but they don't want to invest. They want to invest the first day, and then they want it to be like the best investment ever. How is that possible? How is that possible? How is that possible? You can learn. I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn. I'm not saying you shouldn't read books. I advocate for people reading books. People should have mentors. If you can find a mentor, find a mentor. Okay? That's absolutely fine. But you have to do. You have to do. Every other thing is useless. Mentorship is useless. Learning is useless. Reading a book is useless if you do not do. Whereas, if you simply do, or if you simply did, you may get everything. What mentoring and learning and stuff, what it's supposed to do for you is for them to give you speed, to shorten the time that you can execute something. It is not to replace the act of doing. But you have to do. You have to do. There is no way that you won't have to do. So don't let anybody tell you. You have to. Let me tell you as a round-off. You see, when you stood up and you fell down as a child, if you translate it to now, they will tell you that you have failed. Why? Because you say, Shebi, you stood up, you wanted to walk, and then you could not walk. So you see now, your bum is on the floor. That means you failed. That's how they translate it now. Nobody looks at a child that tries to get up and fall down and say he has failed. And thank God that I have told you about success. I have explained to you that it is impossible for a person to fail. Because success or failure does not originally mean the lack of achievement. I showed you point blank that success means something that comes after. And I told you that failure means the absence of something. Lack of existence. That is failure. And I told you that success is what comes after repeated existence. And I told you that it is impossible for anybody that shows up to fail. That is why a child will walk. Because the child shows up to walk every day, every moment. Once a child gets the instinct of having to walk, he wants to walk every time. He may fall down now, he will rest a little bit and get up again. They don't stop until they stop walking. But you want to stop before you succeed. Children don't stop until they are walking. And you were once that child. You knew that. But now, you want to stop because you failed once. Can you imagine? Just imagine your life. I mean, just think about it. I've shouted enough tonight. Talked enough tonight. I know you get the point now. You want to succeed. You go and do. You want to succeed. You go and do. You want to succeed. You go and do. You just show up now. Let anybody tell you that you have failed now. You can't let anybody pressure you. Anybody pressure you that you have failed. Put all these things together. Forget, you blow. Nobody can hold a sun from shining because the sun shows up. There may be cloud. There are cloudy days, but everybody knows that there is sun. Even on cloudy days, it's still bright. Why? Because the sun comes out. You have to come out. You have to come out. You have to do. Just do it. Just keep doing it. I love you. You know, I'm rooting for your success. You succeed right in my eyes like this. I'll see it. I'm telling you. Bye. Okay, so there's supposed to be task. Okay, creatively determine what your task should be. Yes. Create your task for yourself. Yeah. Create your task for yourself. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye. I think I'm doing the game of giving tomorrow, or the art of giving. Yeah, something like that. I don't know whether I'm calling the game or calling art, but it's about giving tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Bye.